Welcome to the Valareso Capital community, where we discuss the stock market and trading strategies to become a consistently profitable trader and investor. Hey traders, welcome back to Valareso Capital. On today's video, we're gonna go through the market update, and we're also gonna take a look at the weekly watch list. Remember guys that this video is for informational purposes only, is based just on my personal opinion and is not financial advice. So going back to last week's video guys, we were talking about a possible pullback in the markets. And of course, if we just take a look at the action that we had last week, we had actually a pretty huge update in the markets on Friday. So the thesis that we were building last week didn't actually happen. So that's something really interesting in the market, and it's just a confirmation of the strength and of the FOMO chasing into year end that we're seeing in the market. So we just continue to see the market melting up, which is actually pretty interesting. What I really like about today, and I'm making this video here on Monday because I was traveling during the weekend, is that we're starting to see a little bit of a pullback right now. So let me just cover first the SPY here. Let me make myself smaller. If we cover if we take a look at the action on the SPY, we continue to see that this 8 exponential moving average continues to act as support. And if any of you guys are not familiar with the exponential moving averages, I made some videos about the 8 exponential moving average and also about the 21 exponential moving average. So you can check those videos on the channel if you want to learn more about those tools. So if you see here, you can see that the SPY continues to hold that 8 exponential moving average. And now the question is this the pullback that we're going to get before a continuation to the upside? Now, I think that the way that we have to take a look at the market here is that we have to understand that we continue to be in an uptrend and that the uptrend is actually pretty strong. So the way that I'm looking to trade this possible next leg higher to the upside is by understanding what is going to be the zone of possible support for the market or any of the setups that I want to trade, and I'm looking forward to actually accumulate the positions at those levels. So let me tell you what I mean by that. Let me show you. So for example, if we take a look at the SPY, we can see that we're starting to form a little bit of a base here. So now the question is, where are the viable spots in this base? So right here, if we take a look here, you can see that a viable spot is right here at the 8 exponential moving average. Maybe you don't want to build your entire position at that 8 exponential moving average, but probably you're going to be able to build your position a little bit at that 8 exponential moving average and then a little bit right down here at that anchor VWAP zone. So you have this entire zone to start building your position, which is basically the support of this possible little base that we're building. So you have to take a look at the market like that, because if you're trying to time the pullback exactly on the same day that is going to happen, then probably you're going to miss a lot of the upside. So the SPY continues to look amazing. Now, if we take a look here at the the momentum in my indicator, it continues to be really positive, right? If you want to take a look at how my indicator looks when we're having a correction, you can take a look right here. When we're having a correction, my indicator, you can see that we have this black line that is kind of holding price, right? So you can see that the momentum is negative, and as soon as we pop back above that momentum, then we have a confirmation that the real momentum is to the upside. So that's actually pretty interesting, and I love that about the indicator that I was able to build here. So let's jump into the QQQs and let's make this one a short video so that all of you guys can go back to your trading day. So if we take a look at the Qs here, and I'm actually starting to build a position here in the TQQQ. I actually started buying some today, is because we're seeing this pullback into this anchor VWAP zone, and also right here we have the 21 exponential moving average, which is an amazing place to build some exposure. You can see that momentum is positive, and this is a great spot to start building some exposure in the Qs. You can use calls, you can sell puts, or you can just go with the leverage ETFs, which is what I do. I love buying the TQQQ. So you can also see that we're starting to form a little bit of a base here, and when we're starting to form a little bit of a base, we tend to see chop. But what I have found is that the easiest way to trade this is just build your exposure as close to that possible support as you can. So this one is actually looking amazing. Basically what I'm trying to say, guys, is that the market is bullish, and now we're just seeing a little bit of a retracement into support. It's not that the market is breaking down or anything. We're just seeing a little bit of retracement into support. So let me just share a couple of thoughts that I have here. If we take a look at the VIX, you can see that the VIX is trading to the downside, right? We don't tend to see the VIX trend because it's not a trending instrument. It's more of a mean reversion instrument. And what I want to show you here is that maybe we're going to see a little bit of a reversion into this 14 level, right? We're starting to see a little bit of that happening today as we go into this 1345 level. But maybe we're just going to see a little bit. We do have the 21 exponential. It is going to respect the moving average. I'm not really sure. But somewhere around here, perhaps we're going to get perhaps at one more day of a pullback, perhaps tomorrow. And then if the VIX comes into this level right here, I think that's going to be a great day to time a little bit more of a pullback in the market and a buying opportunity, which I think is going to be really important. Let me just show you some of the setups that I'm going to be watching, and these are basically my favorite setups. I'm just keeping my watch list pretty short, and I'm looking to play most of these instruments with leverage ETFs. So first of all, I'm going to take a look at Amazon. I have Amazon, Tesla, the Qs, SMH, SPY, and I also have IWM. So let's start here with Amazon, which is looking pretty amazing. And we were talking about this setup, I think, last week, if I can recall correctly. What is lovely about Amazon here is that we're having an amazing opportunity to add some exposure here. You can see that we have the anchor VWAP zone. We found support here. We found support here. And now we're starting to find support at that level again. So Amazon is giving us an amazing place to build some exposure for a possible continuation into 150 plus for the upcoming weeks. And then of course Tesla, I'm looking forward to this position in Tesla as well. You can see that we have support in my indicator, and you can also see that we're holding this anchor VWAP zone basically perfectly, and we're starting to see these wicks, right? If you focus on the wicks at that 50-day moving average, that means that someone is defending that level. So I love this setup in Tesla. I started building my position last week as we were coming back into support, and I'm probably looking to add to that position for a continuation higher and a move into 260 plus. So this one is also looking pretty amazing. We already discussed the Qs. I think that the Qs look awesome. SMH, also an amazing setup. You can see how beautiful we're coming into this 21 exponential moving average, and we're coming into that into that anchor VWAP zone. And of course, you can see right here that my indicator is at support. That gives me more confidence that this is a buying opportunity for a pullback. And maybe we're just gonna see a little bit of chop around these levels here, but ultimately I do think that the SMH is gonna continue to move to the upside. We already covered the SPY, and then of course IWM. This one, I missed this trade, which was pretty frustrating, to be honest, because I was watching this. I was thinking that we were gonna kiss that 21 exponential, but we didn't. We just flagged and continue. It was pretty annoying, but that's the name of the game. If we happen to see any pullbacks into this breakout level, then I'm gonna be interested in IWM for a continuation higher into year end and probably also into January. I do also have other names that I'm watching if you want to take a look at any of these. AMD is one that is really calling my attention. I didn't buy it this morning, right? We were coming right. I was waiting for this anchor VWAP zone. Are we gonna get it? I'm not really sure, but we're starting to see some support at that 21 exponential moving average, which is actually pretty interesting. I do think that AMD is gonna be one of the outperformance going into January, so I do wanna build some exposure in this name as well. So that's basically gonna be it for the video, guys. Keeping it really short and sweet. The market is looking awesome. I think that this pullback is basically a really nice opportunity. Are we gonna see a little bit more of a pullback? Perhaps, but as I was mentioning early in the video, the way that we have to look at this is that understand and accept that we're not gonna time the pullback perfectly, but we're gonna be able to identify a zone and then start building exposure in the best setups that we can find. So that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you found any value on the video, remember to subscribe, and I will see you in future videos, guys. Take care and bye bye.